A mummy tied with rope. Just discovered in Peru will surely bring tears to your eyes. Hello friends. In 2021, researchers from the National University of San Marcos, Peru, conducted excavations at the Cajamarquilla archaeological site, located about 15 miles from Lima. They discovered a well-preserved mummy buried underground, right in the town square. However, what surprised them even more was that this mummy was not like most others, which are typically found lying flat, but instead was bound with ropes and had its hands covering its face. Initial hypotheses suggest that this could be part of the funeral customs of the people from southern Peru during the pre-Columbian era. The mummy is estimated to be at least 800 years old, which means it predates the Inca civilization, a major civilization in Peru's history, famous for the ancient city of Machu Picchu in the 15th century. The archaeological team is said to have found the mummy inside an underground structure on the outskirts of Lima. In the tomb, they also discovered ritual offerings, including pottery, plant remnants, and stone tools. According to Peter van Dalen Luna, one of the archaeologists involved in the excavation, this discovery not only clarifies social relationships but also reflects the interactions between communities during the pre-Columbian period. He further explained that the mummy is likely that of a young person aged 25 to 30 who lived in the mountains and later moved to Cajamarquilla, a bustling trade center during the pre-Columbian era. However, this is still a preliminary hypothesis, and carbon dating would likely provide a more accurate dating of the mummy. Another striking aspect of the discovery is that the archaeologists also found the remains of some marine mollusks outside the tomb. This is highly unusual because Cajamarquilla is located 15 miles from the coast, and it is clear that marine mollusks couldn't have traveled such a great distance. According to Van Dalen Luna, this discovery suggests that after the mummy was placed in the tomb, honoring activities and offerings continued for many years, with descendants of the deceased returning to present gifts and food, such as marine mollusks and camelid meat, a common food during that period. Because of these unique characteristics, archaeologists believe this individual was not just an ordinary person, but likely an important figure in society, possibly a wealthy merchant or someone of high status. And of course, the fact that the mummy was found with such distinctive markers in the middle of the town square only strengthens this theory. The research team is currently conducting further analysis, including radiocarbon dating, to narrow down the exact period during which this person lived and to uncover more details about their identity. Although the official results have not yet been released, I believe this discovery will undoubtedly mark an important step in understanding the history and culture of the pre-Inca people and will open up many possibilities for further research into ancient customs, beliefs, and the interactions between ancient communities in Peru. The 900-year-old skeleton, still smiling. Scientists at Henan University in China recently made a discovery that has astonished both researchers and the public. The excavation team in this province announced the finding of a strange burial pit containing hundreds of skeletons, including one particularly noteworthy skeleton. This skeleton, dating back over 3,000 years, was not only missing its head, but also positioned in a strange pose, prompting archaeologists to raise many intriguing questions. What makes this discovery even more mysterious is the possibility that the headless skeleton could belong to a victim of sacrificial rituals during the Shang dynasty, a powerful dynasty in Chinese history. Previously, archaeologists had discovered 339 skeletons, showing signs of being kneeling with their hands bound at a massive sacrificial pit. Around 13,000 people were believed to have been sacrificed at the ancient Shang capital of Anyang over a period of more than 200 years. All details regarding these sacrificial events have been engraved on animal bones or turtle shells, invaluable artifacts that have helped archaeologists better understand the ancient worship practices of the time. At the same time, on the other side of the world in Peru, another groundbreaking archaeological discovery captured significant attention. A tightly bound body, curled up and smiling, was found strangled by ropes early one morning on the streets of Trujillo. The discovery was made by a garbage collector named Otilio Padilla Miramontes, who, while working, found the body and suspected it might be linked to a murder. He recounted, "It looked like any box people often throw out on the street, but when I opened the lid, I almost froze when I saw the horrifying skull inside." However, after a thorough examination, archaeologists determined that the body was a mummy dating back to 1100 AD. The body had been tightly bound with ropes and placed inside a box. The mummy was excavated by archaeologists in the city of Trujillo, specifically at Chan Chan, the capital of the Chimu Empire. Many speculate that someone may have intentionally stolen the body and removed it from its excavation site. A police spokesperson stated, "They are investigating how this box ended up outside the archaeological site. It's possible that someone tried to steal the body and take it as part of a collection. If this turns out to be true, it would certainly be reprehensible." The mysterious skeleton that glows in the cave. In November 2024, a unique archaeological discovery garnered attention from both researchers and the public when archaeologists found glowing skeletons in the Talgua Cave, deep in the Olancho Valley, Honduras. The existence of this cave had been known by locals for generations, but it wasn't until 1994 that the area containing the glowing remains was accidentally discovered. At that time, a group consisting of 2 Hondurans and 2 Americans was exploring the cave and accidentally discovered a hidden passageway up high. One of them went back to fetch a ladder to reach the area, and after taking a few photos, they reported the discovery to George Hazeman, the director of the Anthropology and History Institute of Honduras. Since then, archaeologists have conducted thorough surveys and uncovered a vast space that was once inhabited by an ancient civilization prior to Columbus. What is particularly intriguing about the skeletons discovered here is not only their mysterious appearance, but also the strange phenomenon of them glowing in the dark. Scientists have explained that this phenomenon occurs because the remains are coated with a layer of calcium crystals built up over centuries. These crystals, when exposed to light, reflect and create a soft glowing effect, making the ancient skeletons appear to glow. However, the truth behind these glowing skeletons is not just intriguing due to the mysterious phenomenon, but also because of the unanswered questions surrounding the civilization that once lived there. Archaeologists have ruled out the possibility that these people were Maya, as the artifacts found in the cave, such as pottery and ancient jars, have no similarities to Maya culture, a civilization that once thrived in this region. So, who were the people who used this cave, and why did they choose this place to bury their dead? This question remains unanswered, but experts have stated they will continue to research further to uncover the secrets of this mysterious civilization and how these remains ended up in the cave. This discovery could be a sign that there is much yet to be discovered about the history of Central America and the many mysteries hidden beneath the earth about pre-Columbian civilizations. The mysterious tribe in the Bible. One of the greatest mysteries of the Bible may soon be revealed, as archaeologists discovered a Philistine burial ground in 1985 containing around 200 skeletons dating back 3,000 years. This discovery not only opens the door to understanding an ancient civilization, but also helps clarify historical misconceptions about the Philistines, a group often vilified and associated with hostility in biblical stories. Architect Lawrence Stager, who led the excavation team, stated, "The Philistines have suffered much bad press throughout history, and this discovery will help put an end to many negative myths about them." Indeed, in the biblical narratives, the Philistines are consistently portrayed as the arch-enemies of the Israelites, with the most famous story being that of Samson and Delilah. However, with the first discovery of Philistine skeletons, scientists can now directly engage with their past through physical artifacts, offering us a chance to reconsider our understanding of this group. After 30 years of research and excavation, the search has finally been validated. The discovery of these skeletons will not only help answer many questions about the origins of the Philistines, but will also provide a key to precisely determine where they came from. Scientists continue to debate whether they originated from Greece, Cyprus, or Turkey. These skeletons could be a crucial piece in solving this debate. Additionally, the excavation has shed light on various fascinating burial customs of the Philistines. The findings reveal that the Philistines buried their dead with a bottle of perfume placed near the face and food or wine at their feet, indicating unique religious rituals. Some of the bodies were adorned with jewelry such as necklaces, bracelets, earrings, and anklets, and some even had weapons with them. This opens a new perspective on their cultural and spiritual life. Furthermore, boxes containing the remains of infants were also discovered, suggesting that the Philistines had complex burial rituals for all generations in their community. These discoveries have been displayed at the museum and are sure to attract the attention of both archaeologists and those interested in biblical history. Have you ever wondered if these mysteries could change the way we understand the Philistines and the stories told in the Bible? Could the truth about them be completely different from what we've always heard? Share your thoughts about these discoveries and the untold stories from the past in the comments below. The oldest nuclear family skeletons in the world. Archaeologists have made yet another shocking discovery, announcing the finding of the world's oldest nuclear family tomb, dating back over 4,000 years. In this tomb, the remains of a father, mother, and 2 young sons were found, all positioned face to face, a meaningful scene that has endured for millennia. These skeletons are not only relics of a family, but also provide deep insight into the formation and development of European civilization. According to research, archaeologists believe that this family may have been killed by a hostile tribe, with DNA analysis of the 4 skeletons providing evidence of this. In the image, you can see the 2 children lying next to their parents, facing one another. The 2 boys were around 4 and 8 years old. This is the first time scientists have been able to prove that a family was buried together, shedding light on a part of prehistoric society where family values were recognized and cherished long before wonders like Stonehenge were constructed. Dr. Alistair Pike, head of the archaeology department at the University of Bristol, shared, "This is the first time we have been able to prove that members of a family were buried together. This is significant because in previous discoveries, tombs often contained hundreds of skeletons, but there was no clear familial connection like this." In addition to this family, the excavation area contained many other tombs, indicating that this was a cemetery with similarly shaped graves. Many of the tombs in the area also contained the remains of children, ranging from newborns to 10 years old. One interesting detail is that these graves were arranged in a special manner, with the bodies lying face to face, their hands intertwined, creating an emotional space as if families were gathered together. However, not all the skeletons in this area were peaceful. Some showed clear signs of injury, suggesting that they could have been victims of violent raids, possibly carried out by warriors from a hostile village. This not only proves the brutal nature of warfare during that period, but also highlights the fragility of human life in ancient societies. The skeleton of a Bronze Age beauty. In 1997, during a stone quarry operation at Upper Largie Quarry in Scotland, workers accidentally uncovered a skeleton that had been hidden for over 4,000 years. This skeleton belonged to a woman from the Bronze Age, and she had been buried in a stone-lined grave, sitting in a squatting position. This discovery drew attention not only because of its rarity, but also because of the intriguing stories behind it. For convenience in research, experts named her the Upper Largie Woman, after the quarry where the remains were found. Initial analysis revealed that the woman died at a very young age, just in her early 20s. Examination of her bones and teeth indicated that she had likely suffered from diseases or malnutrition before her death. Additionally, carbon dating of the remains revealed that she lived between 1500 BCE and 2200 BCE during the early part of the Bronze Age. Particularly interesting was the analysis of strontium and oxygen isotopes, which showed that she had grown up in what is now Scotland, clarifying the origins of the Upper Largie Woman. This suggests she was part of the local community at the time, in a society that was undergoing significant changes. Beyond the details of her life and death, the discovery of the culture to which the Upper Largie Woman belonged is equally fascinating. Archaeologists found several beaker pottery shards in the grave, leading them to believe she was part of the beaker culture, an important Bronze Age civilization. This culture originated in Central Europe and spread to Britain around 2400 BCE, bringing with it distinct values, techniques, and customs. To help us better imagine the appearance of the Upper Largie Woman, scientists enlisted the help of Oskar Nilsson, a forensic artist from Sweden. After analyzing facial data from her skeletal structure, Nilsson reconstructed her portrait. The result revealed that the woman had slightly wide-set eyes, a broad and slightly upturned nose, a rounded forehead, and a wide mouth. A vivid image of a Bronze Age woman, bringing her story to the modern world. This discovery not only helps us understand more about the life and death of an ancient woman, but also reflects the values of Bronze Age communities, how they lived, buried their dead, and possibly how they coped with life's hardships. Fascinating, isn't it? Skeletons holding each other for 6,000 years. In the Alepitripa cave, located in the Peloponnese region of Greece, archaeologists discovered the well-preserved remains of an ancient couple, embracing each other as if they were defying time together. The remarkable part of this discovery is that the skeletons date back nearly 6,000 years, from the Neolithic period, when ancient civilizations began to form. Upon research, experts determined that these remains belong to a male and female couple who passed away at a young age, around 20 to 25 years old, as their bones were still strong and intact. Georgos Papathanassopoulos, one of the archaeologists involved in the excavation, shared, "I've been part of many excavations, but this is an incredibly rare and special case. It could be said that these are the most beautiful ancient skeletons ever discovered in Greece." The Aleppo cave, discovered in 1958, was once inhabited and used as a burial site by ancient Greeks. The cave is dated to have been in use between 3,200 and 6,000 years ago. A massive earthquake buried hundreds of people from the area, creating a tragic scene but simultaneously preserving invaluable remnants of the lives of our ancestors. In addition to the skeletons, archaeologists also discovered tools, pottery, silver, copper, and other artifacts, shedding light on the culture of ancient Greeks. Although the exact cause of death for this couple remains a mystery, scientists are certain that their burial together in such an intimate embrace indicates that they died around the same time. This scene sends a powerful message about love and bonding, even in the face of death. What do you think about this strange and touching situation? Could their death have been a tragic accident, or is there a love story behind it? It's hard to say, isn't it? But if you know anything, don't hesitate to share, and we can discuss it together. The remains of a 5-year-old bride in an ancient Chinese tomb. In the ancient Chinese book Mozi, it is recorded that different social classes had varying requirements for the number of sacrificial offerings. The nobility, for example, often demanded that living people be buried with them upon their death. After the death of an emperor, several concubines and attendants might be buried alongside him, sometimes numbering in the hundreds. Additionally, there was another unique burial custom in ancient China. If a person died young and had not yet married, their family would find a woman of the same age to marry them in the afterlife. A case in point occurred in 2003 when archaeologists carried out an excavation at the former residence of Wang Xiji, a famous calligrapher from the Eastern Jin dynasty in Linyi, Shandong Province, China. There, they unexpectedly discovered a large ancient tomb. At the entrance of the tomb, traces of red pigment were found. According to the book The Royal Readers of China, the red coating made from iron ore was a characteristic found in royal tombs. Based on this, the experts speculated that the person buried in the tomb could have been from a noble class. Inside the tomb, they found the remains of 3 children, 2 boys and 1 girl. Among them, the remains of a 5-year-old bride were especially heart-wrenching for the experts. Based on inscriptions and artifacts discovered in the tomb, the experts determined that this was the final resting place of Langya Prince Sima Huan, who lived during the Eastern Jin dynasty more than 1,700 years ago. Sima Huan was the 5th son of Emperor Sima Yue, the first emperor of the Eastern Jin dynasty in ancient China. At the age of 2, Sima Huan fell ill and passed away. The second boy buried with him was the 1-year-old grandson of Emperor Sima Yue. Meanwhile, the girl, dressed in a red bridal outfit, was identified as having died at the age of 5. However, researchers have yet to decipher the identity of this girl or her connection to the 2 male skeletons. One hypothesis suggests that this young girl could have been the ghost bride, chosen by Emperor Sima Yue to be the wife of his son who died prematurely. In ancient times, a Minghun, or ghost marriage, was a ritual where 2 deceased individuals, or 1 deceased and 1 living, were married. If an unmarried young person died, the family would arrange a ghost marriage for them, in hopes of providing peace and happiness in the afterlife, ensuring that they would not disturb the living. Based on this concept, the young girl's remains may have been buried with Sima Huan. However, this remains only a hypothesis. To this day, scientists continue to search for answers regarding the mysterious identity of this child's remains. The blood curse on an ancient tomb in Israel. In 2023, archaeologists made a chilling discovery in Beit She'arim, Israel, in a small cave at an ancient cemetery. This small cave, which was part of a larger cave system discovered in 2022, held an ancient tomb that had not been unearthed for 65 years. The tomb was the first one found in this UNESCO World Heritage Site in over 6 decades. On the tomb, there was a red inscription that appeared blood-like, with a terrifying warning. According to experts, the inscription resembled a curse, forbidding anyone from opening the tomb. The inscription read, "Yaakov Hagar curses anyone who opens this tomb, and thus no one will open it. 60 years. The number, written in a different script, is believed to have been added by someone else, possibly referring to the age of the deceased. To reassure the archaeologists, it was discovered that the writing was not done in blood, but in bright red ink. This curse is one of only 2 inscriptions discovered in Beit She'arim in the past 65 years and is the only one that mentions a convert. The inscription revealed that Yaakov Hagar, who likely was the tomb's occupant, had fully converted to Judaism, as indicated by the term proselyte written on the tombstone, a Greek word used at the time. During this period, there were different types of Jews, including those who were God-fearers and may not have adhered strictly to all the commandments of Judaism. Beit She'arim is an international cemetery, meaning Jews from all over the East were brought there for burial. Another unusual aspect of this discovery is that no one knows where the body of the tomb's owner is, as the curse was inscribed on a stone slab placed on the wall of a newly discovered cave. Archaeologists are uncertain where the actual burial site is, as grave robbers may have been digging in the area. This makes it unlikely that the original burial site will be found. It's unfortunate for the tomb robbers, though, if the curse truly proves to be effective. So, the mystery surrounding the blood curse on the ancient tomb in Israel has come to the end of our exploration today. Thank you for watching the entire video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to support us. For now, goodbye and see you next time.